Hello again, it's Mr. Fox coming to you from DigiFox Labs. Today we're going to be talking about a new NFT project that we happen to stumble upon. It is called Heavenland.io. Well, that's the website rather, but it is called Heavenland. Now, none of this is financial advice. We are not financial advisors. Everything said here is 100% our opinion. Now, let's get right into it. As we can see here, this is the website of Heavenland. It is located at heavenland.io. And so what is it exactly? Well, it is a metaverse project on the Solana blockchain. That's right, Solana is going to go ahead and go full blown onto metaverse plays. Now, we all know that metaverse is here to stay. It is not a fad. The question is which one is going to be around on specific blockchains. Now, we do have this theory on DigiFox Labs that there are going to be different metaverses located on different blockchains, as well as having different specific niches within those blockchains. So you may actually have 1 to 2, 3 different metaverses on a single blockchain. So Ethereum may have like 3 or 4 that are very popular. Solana may have 2 or 3. MATIC may have 1 or 2, and so forth. So it's very key to understand that getting in some of these metaverse plays is potentially quite a gamble, yes, but at the same time, it is going to be something that could behoove individuals to go ahead and dabble in different metaverse plays on specific blockchains. As we just mentioned earlier, Solana will be one of them, which is what we're looking on here. MATIC, Ethereum, Harmony is another one, Binance, and all the blockchains, all the layer ones that you can think of. So while we're talking about this one, well, as you can see here, they actually have quite the development team as far as like this is it right here, right? This is quite interesting, right? It looks very good. And you can see here that it looks like they have individuals with avatars that are fully submersive, and you can actually travel around. And as you look around in this metaverse, according to this little tidbit video right here that you see in front of you, it looks like they have areas where you can actually, what's it called? Advertise for, right? And then right here you can see here that they are going to have like games within it. So this individual here is going into an arena which is going to partake in a game of some sort. I believe it was football. So let's go ahead and look more into this project. As we scroll down here, the premise of it, the storyline, is that it is a tube with a gravitational within space. So it's a massive city within a cylinder city, traveling in space. So it's quite interesting, right? So here we see here that it's Heavenland is a futuristic city built in a rotating gravitational cylinder in the Earth's orbit. A negative service curvature imparts Heavenland citizens with other world experiences, and its location in space makes Heavenland a true space getaway. So you see here city topology of the future. They are essentially just giving you certain little tidbits and backstories of this metaverse. Heavenland experience has been developed in Unity engine, so they have been using and creating it with the help of Unity to bring Heavenland to the most people in the shortest possible time. The first client will be a web client and will continually create other clients for desktop, mobile, ultimately leading to VR. So they are trying to focus on VR, specifically desktop and mobile. So you're going to see here that they have these 3 specific ways to plug yourself into the metaverse, which usually is quite very bullish because most of the metaverse players are currently only on desktop, or they are currently only on VR. Rarely do you see 2 of them, or even advertising for 2, and very, very rarely, if at all, do you see them advertising for 3. So as you scroll further down here, they actually already have in the works a marketplace for different parcels. That's right, they are giving away, not giving away, but they are having auctions for parcels in the NFT space, which is going to be located on Solana Art, is one of the marketplaces. But according to everything they've stated here, they have, and we have verified this, that they have 5 different marketplaces for NFTs on the Solana blockchain. And I believe that's a majority, if not all, of the NFT marketplaces on the Solana blockchain. So you see here that they are going about with the parcels similar to what you would see in like Decentraland, similar to what you would see in Sandbox. They give away sections of the bigger piece of the city or the bigger piece of the region. So that is how it is going to be played. We scroll further down here, and these are the partners. And yes, you see here that these are, let's see, NFT marketplace, another NFT marketplace, another one, another one, another one. And we see here that this is the engines. So they're using Unity and Unreal engines, and that is very, very, very good that they actually are using that, and you have so many developers that have experience in these specific engines, so that's very good. That means they can actually rotate through the developers if one has been tapped out or needs a break, or they need someone that is world class. And we see here that they are not only going to be centralized within themselves, they are actually reaching out to different communities. So you see here that they have different Solana NFT communities that are going to be integrated into this metaverse. So we see here that you have the Dapper Ducks, you have the Parlays, you have the Doge Capitals, you have the Whales Nations. I believe this is Surging Bulls. I believe this is Rogue Sharks, Soldo, and Zero Labs, I believe it is. This is going to be Piggy Gang, and this is going to be Soul Army. So some of these are going to be integrated into this metaverse, and they have some sort of partnership. And if you're interested, you could go ahead and subscribe to get more news and the latest things to your email. So let's go ahead and look at the world that is the Heavenland. So according to them, it has infinite possibilities. And these are the tubers, and this is essentially going to be your city, your metaverse that you see right here. And we scroll further down, and this is going to be it's a futuristic city with a design stemming from up-to-date research of self-sustainable cities. Heavenland is how cities should look, not how they look today. And so we see here, Heavenland comprises of 38 individual clusters with sizes ranging from 1 by 1 kilometers to 2 by 2 kilometers. So that is giving you justification as far as the size of what these parcels will actually be, how big they will actually be. So as far as clusters go, we're seeing here that no matter where in Heavenland you are, you can always teleport to the spawning area. Each public space is unique. Gallery, stadium, concert hall, spaceport, harbor, and many more. So you can see here that they're going to have concerts. So you're going to have artists singing and performing concerts. You're going to have stadiums. So you're going to have some sorts of matches, maybe even watching a couple of matches. So imagine this, right? You're in the stadium. You go to the stadium within this metaverse, and they have the World Cup playing, because they actually have a big community on Heavenland that they are able to pay the licenses to have it filmed, or sorry, to have it what's it called, to have it aired on this metaverse Heavenland. So that would be quite wicked. Now that is very, very much a bit far out, but it would be quite a hefty price if I'm not mistaken, and royalties and all that stuff going on. But something like that could be very much potential. Maybe not the World Cup, but maybe something along the lines like a I don't know, a football match in like I don't know, Portugal, something like that, right? So clusters are 4 types depending on height of a building they can contain. There is only a single cluster in the center of Heavenland, allowing skyscrapers to be built. The further you go from the center, the more limited you are in the height of the building. So clearly, they're giving you a little bit of a hint as far as what you need to get. And this is just our speculation here at DigiFox Labs. Again, not financial advice, but obviously the place where you want to get your parcel is going to be in a downtown region, because you can actually, even though you are limited to the length and the width of it, you actually have the height that can actually be increased to whatever the location of the parcel is. So the closer you are to downtown, the more higher you could go. It gives you potential, again, speculation, potential to create more advertising, to create more space for these advertising, to create more revenue for your parcel. Whereas if you get further out into, let's just call it the countryside, you're limited. So you may have like a 1 by 1, same size as someone that has a 1 by 1 downtown, but your limitations are going to be your height. And what can you exactly advertise there if you're limited to, let's say, a 1 by 1 by 1? You know, so whereas here it's like 1 by 1 by, let's say, 30, right? Because height is quite, you know, it's in some instances quadruple what it would be in the countryside. So that's a little tidbit. So you look for parcels that are in the downtown region, and this is giving you a little bit of a tidbit as far as parcels. So they have clusters comprised of 30,000 individual parcels in total. So there you go, it gives you 30,000. So honestly, there's 30,000 within most NFT projects that have some sort of substance. So you could figure out that most individuals are going to have 1, 2, or 3 different parcels. So now would be the time to go ahead and actually start going ape into it, really. And with sizes of 25 by 25 meters. Simply put, parcels are NFTs with some attributes directly encoded into the NFT and some attributes derived from a parcel location in Heatherland. The remaining attributes can be how far the parcel is from a spawning area, where the parcel is at riverbank or close to a park. Some of these attributes are subjective and depends on the preferences of given Heavenland citizens. Transport. So you have spawning areas, and if I'm not mistaken, you will be able to have some sort of income with spawning areas. So if it's close to you, if you actually own a spawning area, well done to you, right? Now, I don't know, this is speculation, but we don't know if you're going to actually own the spawning areas, but it will be quite interesting if you could do that. I believe there's some metaverse areas or metaverse games that you can actually do that, where you own the spawning area and you actually get some sort of revenue in it. Scrolling further down, this is what's interesting. So not only do you get your parcel, but you also get your avatar. Citizens will have its unique name and avatar further customized by different wearables. Both avatar names and wearables will be tradable. So if you are unfortunate enough to not acquire a parcel, you could go ahead and acquire an avatar name as well as a wearable, which is similar to Decentraland. So this is essentially going to compete with Decentraland and maybe even eventually partner with it in some form of fashion, right? So you see here that there will be a limited number of races, each with a different rarity, which a citizen can assign to its avatar. So you can assign your avatar a human, a Martian, or a zombie race. So that is quite interesting. Heavenland will introduce a breeding mechanism between two avatars to create new races that citizens can trade. So there you go. Again, speculation. So if you are going to get into this project and you don't have the amount of capital to get into parcels, you could get yourself a human and a Martian, and then what is it called? Breed them to create a whole new race. Or maybe a human and a zombie, or a Martian and a zombie. You go ahead and interchange them. So it will behoove you to actually have two avatars, and then go ahead and get avatar names, so you can actually have interesting names. Probably like favorite popular characters, such as animes or TV shows, or even like heroes of some sort. Maybe like go ahead and acquire those names so that you can actually have them. And that's just a piece of advice. Again, not financial one, and you can explore. And now let's go to the market. As we scroll here to the market, we can see here that they have parcels are tradable at these locations. I believe that's SoulSea, Magic Eden, Solana Art, was it Digital Eyes? Was this Digital Eyes? Something like that? I forgot, and I'm not too familiar with this one. I think it's like Alpha Art, if I'm not mistaken. And this is Digital Eyes, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So there you go. That's where you could get some parcels, right? So let's go ahead and go to the roadmap and what have they done thus far. And we can see here they actually are knocking some of these things out with a lot of ticks here. And they have parcels early adopters mint 5,000 pieces powered by fair launch. And you have minting coming up. So you have HTL minting, a DEX, coin aggregators, listings, official trading. So this may very well be the time to go ahead and do it, because look at this. It's happening on February 2022. And if it is delayed, you could expect it to happen in March. So they may have a token, and they may be rewarding individuals that actually have parcels. So, full disclosure, we will be looking at taking a position in Heatherland, probably at the end of this filming. And the trading pair is going to be Solana and HTO. And you see here, Avatar's official mint. So it's going to happen in April. So that's very interesting, with 1,000 pieces, 500 male, 500 female. So there you go. You need a male and a female for breeding. So that is a little bit of tidbit. And so with it happening so early, and not even like look at all this. So definitely, even they're going to have 100,000 residents. So this is going to be something that is going to be a 1 to 2 year play at a minimum. And so if you get it now, definitely use it for money that you will not need in the coming year or two, right? So if you got like birthday money, right, or if you got a gift or what have you, right, extra money from a job, go ahead and get you some avatar names, get yourself some Martians, humans, or what was the other one, zombies. Make sure you get a male and a female, and that will pretty much set you up for the future to go ahead and start breeding, to then essentially flip, right? So the more you have of males and females, the more you can produce and sell those on the market and get your initial capital back to eventually maybe even buy some parcels. And that is the play that we're going to go ahead and go about doing if we look at our own capital here at DigiFox Labs. So let's go ahead and go to the NFT, shall we? We're going to look at the parcels, and you can own your own place in Heavenland. This is a quite little area, but as you can see here, as you scroll down, this is what it's roughly looking like. So we see here that they have zones. So you have downtown right there, right in the middle. You have high rise. So if we're going to go ahead and submit some capital in this substantial amount of capital, we will definitely be looking at high rise, right? We want to see how much those are going to be in high rise area. Second best bet would be downtown, and third potentially would be Block City with a number 1 right next to it, which that is potentially some sort of hint there that there may be a second one developing somewhere. But that is going to be the order that we're going to be looking at stuff. So high rise number 1, any downtown section 1, 2, 3, 4. Why is that? Well, it's because advertising, right? If this ends up being massive, then obviously there's going to be advertising. Individuals are going to be want to paying you for advertising. So that is something to keep in mind. And so you see here that they have different statistics for parcels and the amount that's available. And you can see here that high rise, roughly you have 10%, and downtown you have 31%, and so forth. And suburban, which is not going to be very well, because you see here the max height is going to be probably the cheapest, but you can't really do much with it, and max height is 600. So definitely high rise is where you want to be. You have subzones, which they give you the same type of statistics there, and we're not going to get too much into it, but definitely going to go ahead and give you a link in the description below so that you can go ahead and look at that on your own. And as you look over here on Heavenland's Twitter, we can see here that they sold out, and they, more importantly, have 26,000 followers. That is no small feat. It is very much a interactive community, and when you have this many followers, it almost validates that this project is here to stay, definitely in the short term. Now in the long term, we'll have to wait and see, because there are just so many things that can actually pretty much shift the pattern of the cryptocurrency market, specifically the metaverse market. So as we see here, you have different protocols saying that they are 100% on board with Heavenland. You have Crypto Noob, who is going to be an ambassador for them, and we scroll further down and we can see here that they are 100% involved in the community, with posting something 9 hours ago, and before that 17 hours ago. So that is very good when you have a community that is following someone that actually gives you daily updates, it looks like, and they actually have individuals from all over the world. So that is very much something that you need to look for in projects when you are doing your own research. So let's go ahead and look at the current cost. And we're going to go and travel to Solana Art. We can see here that the floor price is actually 4.6 SOL. And you have something of a Block City up for sale. Now, we indicated that you want a parcel within the downtown, ideally in the high-rise section. So we could go ahead and let's scroll down and let's see if we could find a high-rise or downtown area. Now, we see here to actually get a downtown area, the floor price is actually 6.5 SOL. So that is quite hefty for some. With the current price of SOL roughly around $100, you're looking around $650 in and around there to get a downtown parcel. And let's go ahead and see if we can find one that's in the high-rise section. And let's see another downtown section right here at 7.5 SOL. And you see here that you actually can get a downtown parcel for anywhere from 6 to 8 SOL on average. And that is the let's just call it the floor price of the downtown area. Now, I don't know exactly where the ideal downtown section is, but you know, they have numerous ones, so anyone will be beneficial. Now you see here the high-rise area, you have one going for 10.99 SOL, so essentially 11 SOL for a high-rise, and it is the only one. The second cheapest one available for the high-rise is going to be 14 SOL. So to be honest with you, right, that is actually quite the bargain. From 11 SOL to 14 SOL, that's roughly around $300 to $400 difference. So that is, and look, all the high rises roughly start around 14 SOL. So let's go ahead and look at this one, right? We see here zone high rise 25%, right? Subzones, clusters. So we don't really know the rarity here at DigiFox Labs and how beneficial this can be for you. But the fact is that you have a less 1% here, less 1% here, and around 1% here for 3 out of the 7 rarities or the attributes. So that has something to say for it, right? And that is definitely something to take aware of. Now, we indicated that high rise is beneficial for individuals because you can actually build as high as you potentially could within this metaverse. So that is interesting. We may actually want to take a position. We'll have to look at our capital to see if we can actually do that. That is quite a steal, to be honest with you. So with that said, we are 100% bullish. We do not have a position on it, but we definitely will want to take a position here on Heavenland on the Solana blockchain for a metaverse play. So with that said, happy days, happy trading, and good luck to you all.